At 18 years old, I looked like this, which is crazy because 2 years earlier, at 16, I had no muscle at all. And no, I didn't take steroids or anything like that. Instead, I found one system that actually worked, and if you follow it too, you will see progress. So today, I'm breaking it down into 3 steps. The diet, which helped me transform my body, the training, which will allow you to build muscle, and thirdly, the most important thing you need to get in jacked. And we start with the first step. I remember when I started the gym and I first looked into it, I did my diet all wrong. I thought if I eat as much as I can, every food I can fit in my mouth, that is how I'm going to gain weight. That is how I'm going to gain muscle. I need to dirty bulk. That was my first ever mentality with the gym. Just eat, 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 and eat. The thing is, it didn't go well at all. I saw progress. My bench press went up. My weights went up. I kept getting stronger and stronger. But I didn't build a body I actually wanted. I didn't look how I really wanted to look. Instead, I started to look chubbier. My cheeks got bigger. My belly got fatter. And I didn't look in good shape. Because what I was doing at the time is I was dirty bulking. I was eating way above my maintenance. As you have your maintenance calories, how much energy you burn each day. And then to bulk, you have to eat above this maintenance rate. And I was eating very high above it, about 1,000 calories above my maintenance. This meant I gained muscle, don't get me wrong, but I gained so much fat with it. And it was the complete wrong way of doing it. Instead, if I had to do it all again, I would have my maintenance calories here, and I'd only eat slightly above it. I'd eat about 250 to 500 calories above my maintenance. What this would allow me to do is it would allow me to gain all the muscle that I gained with the dirty bulk, but with so much less fat. I would still gain a little bit of fat. You wouldn't gain zero, you'd gain some, but not much at all compared to the dirty bulking, which gained me so much more. I'd see results with my strength, results with muscle, with how you looked. And it's so much easier. You don't have to stuff your face every day, as lean bulking works so much better. And when I actually started lean bulking, my diet was so much cleaner. I felt so much healthier. I had such better energy. As let me show you an example of what a day in the life of my diet looked like. For breakfast, I was eating something like 6 eggs in the morning, scrambled, boiled, it didn't matter, however I wanted them. Butter, maybe a bit of oats, so porridge, and some blueberries, honey, different stuff like that. Here, high protein, got good energy, and I just felt great for the start of the day. Then I'd meal prep my lunch every single day so it'd be easy to eat. Chicken and rice, just for basic stuff. If I didn't want chicken and rice, I'd put chicken into a wrap and I'd make the wrap, which is actually really good as well. I wouldn't not eat sauces. I wouldn't stop myself completely and be super strict. Instead, I'd make sure my food tastes nice, where I can actually enjoy it. But I'd make sure it's healthy. It's not like a pizza. It's not KFC. It's none of that disgusting stuff. Then for dinner, one of my biggest go-tos was about 25% fat beef mince, about 500 grams. I'd have this with a sweet potato. This was high in fat, high in calories, which was brilliant for bulking, and also good protein, healthy. It just ticked so many boxes. I love to eat it every single day. And obviously I'd finish with a protein smoothie. So protein, whole milk, full fat, and peanut butter. Here, I was getting good amount of calories. I was eating probably around the 3,000 mark. But I wasn't eating too many. I wasn't eating too little. My protein intake was very high. I was ticking all the boxes I need to get jacked. As you need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I weigh about 180 pounds. That's 80 kg. So I need about 180 grams of protein. And I was hitting that pretty easily every single day following this diet. And there's a free lean bulking course in the description of this video where I break down more diets, more plans, more everything I can think of in the link in the description. But having the right diet is only half of a cupful of getting jacked. Instead, we need to train correctly as well. As there's 2 different things. There's one thing training hard, there's another thing training smart, training the correct muscle groups. As if you think of anyone with an amazing physique, an actor, an athlete, it doesn't matter who it is, Dwayne Johnson for example. He has certain muscle groups that just pop out that make him look so good. Then we come to step 2, as the diet is only the glass half full. With the training, you need to be training the right muscle groups. As it's one thing training hard, going to the gym every day, but when you're training the correct muscle groups and you're doing the right thing, you're going to look way more jacked than before. As if you think of anyone with in amazing shape, like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson for example, he trains and he has certain muscle groups that really stand out and really give him an enhanced physique essentially. He has 2 things. First is this V-taper look, where his shoulders is wide. He has this massive frame on him. And this is where he has big side delts, big lats, and a big upper chest, giving him this wide frame. But then he has narrow hips as well, where he's lean, he's shredded, and like he has this wide V-taper frame. And with this, he has big arms, because a lot of people have this V-taper frame. But when you have big arms, it just really enhances your look and makes you look way more jacked, way more aesthetic. And even when you're wearing a shirt, you just look in such better shape when your arms are massive and you have this massive wide V-taper frame. To do this, I want to show you an exact training split you can follow that just focuses on this V-taper look. As I know a lot of people say training legs is important, but if you don't want to train legs, you don't really care about the look of having jacked legs, you don't have to do it. I personally like to train legs. I want to train legs. I don't want to have these skinny chicken legs. But if you don't enjoy it that much, just do it once a week or don't do it at all if you really don't want to. So for Monday, we're going to be doing a push day, but we're going to be targeting our chest the most. We're going to start with an incline dumbbell chest press. Here we're targeting the upper chest, giving us that jacked wider look. Then with this, we're going to do some flat, either use a chest press machine or a dumbbell chest press, and then finish with a chest fly. These are all going to work our chest brilliantly. Next, we're going to follow it with triceps. We're going to do an overhead tricep extension, which is brilliant for targeting our triceps and just strengthening them, lengthening them, and everything working well. And we'll finish with a bit of shoulders, only doing an overhead shoulder press, targeting our front delt. Then Tuesday, we're going to do back, biceps, and forearms. Here, with the back exercises, I'd actually recommend using wrist wraps, as there's a point where your forearms give up and your back still has more in it, but your forearms give up. And I find this a lot with pull-ups, as pull-ups is our first exercise for the back day. And I recommend using wrist wraps as you can just push yourself, you can push your back more. So we're going to start with pull-ups, then we're going to move onto a seated machine row, and then we'll finish with a lat pullover where it's a straight bar and you're pulling it down. After that, we're going to target our biceps with something like an incline curl, which is, I feel, a really great stretch with when I do it myself. And we'll finish with a bit of forearms, just using wrist curls. From Wednesday, we're going to target our triceps, chest, and shoulders, focus on our triceps. We can start this day with our overhead tricep extension again. After we're finished with that, we can do something like assisted dips using a machine or body weight. And we can finish with either a skull crusher or a tricep extension, any tricep exercise you enjoy. It doesn't matter for this whole routine, really about what exercises. It's more about just using the right muscle groups at the right time. So you can switch any exercise whenever you want it. But after we've done our triceps, we're going to use a chest fly to target our chest and finish with some lateral raises to target our shoulders. Then Thursday, back, biceps, and forearms, targeting our biceps way more this time. Starting with just a normal barbell bicep curl, just targeting. Then go into a preacher curl as our second exercise, and finishing with incline curls again for the final exercise. Then for our back, we're going to do a single arm lat pull down, really targeting our lats here. And finally, we'll finish with some wrist curls for our forearms again. Then finally on Friday, we're solely focused on our shoulders here. We're going to start with our first exercise of shoulder press overhead. Then go on to lateral raises, targeting our side delts, trying to do more sets of these. And then finishing with rear delt flies. And for all this, that's all 5 days done. You can use the sets and reps that you enjoy the most. If you find 3 sets of 10 reps are best, then do that. If you find 4 sets of 8 reps, do that. Find whatever works for you. If you're not sure and you're just a beginner, do 2 sets of 10 reps for every exercise, and you can work your way up over time. Come to our third and final step. And you should have all this knowledge, have everything you know, but still not make progress. As I've been going to the gym for 3 years, and I remember a couple months ago, I wasn't seeing progress at all. I wasn't even motivated to go to the gym. I couldn't be asked. The gym was too far away. I'd have to drive to it. It felt just lazy, hard to do. And there were so many sessions I missed. Missing all these sessions clearly didn't see me progress. As to actually see progress, you've got to go to the session. You've got to work out every single day. And that just wasn't what I was doing. But the problem wasn't like my motivation levels, my discipline. It was more the amount of friction I had between going to the gym. To get to the gym, I'd either have to walk for 40 minutes or drive there, and sometimes I couldn't drive because the traffic was so bad. So it was too much of a struggle to go to the gym. But if you remove that friction, if you make going to the gym easy, it becomes so much better. So now I stopped going to the gym 40 minutes away from a walk, and instead it's a 5-minute walk away now. I picked a new gym. The gym's worse, it doesn't actually have the better equipment, but I show up to it more. I'm way more consistent to it. So this is one thing I'd recommend with consistency, removing all the friction, going to the gym closer to you, doing the workouts you actually enjoy. If you hate legs, you don't have to do it if you really don't want to do it and it puts you off the gym. Like removing anything that stops you from going to the gym and making you not want to go. If you tell yourself, I've got to do 20 minutes of cardio every session, and you stop going to the gym just because of the cardio, just stop doing the cardio, remove the friction, make the gym easy for yourself. And once it becomes easy, it becomes a continuous habit. Then you can start adding to it. Maybe after about 6 months of the gym, you can actually start adding leg workouts when you enjoy the gym more and it's way more easier to go. But that's with consistency. You just need to keep on going and going at the right times and just stay with it. But that was all for this video. Obviously, I've got that lean bulking course completely for free in the description of this video, which can just teach you so much about lean bulking. But apart from that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.